In this video, you will learn the fourth principle of project management, which is all about value. The principle says focus on value. By the way, if you're into reading articles, check out the first link in the description, which will take you to our official website, pmclounge.com, and directly to an article on this value, or I should say, this principle, which is value. And secondly, the second link in the description is going to take you to an entire playlist of all the 12 project management principles. So definitely check those two links out. Let's get started and understand what this principle is all about. I've said this earlier, I'll say it again. None of the project management principles are technical or out of this world, right? These are basically general knowledge project management stuff that you should be aware of. So, principle 4 states that you should continually evaluate and adjust project alignment to business objectives and intended benefits as well as value. So, the focus is on value, of course, but the focus is also on how you should evaluate and adjust the alignment of your project to whatever the business objectives are, the benefits, and the value, of course. Now, I would like to take an example to explain this principle to you before we go into further details and learn more about this principle, right? So, let's say that you are planning a team outing, right? So, you have a project team and you are planning to take your team on a team outing. So the deliverable of this project, right? If let's say the team outing itself is a project, what is the deliverable of this project? The deliverable is the outing itself. It will have team building activities, it will have games, it will have food and stuff like that, right? But that's just the deliverable side of things. What is the value of this team outing project? The value is not just having all those things in place, right? The real value of this team outing project, it lies in whether the team members, whether they have fun, whether they laugh, and whether they feel the team bonding, right? During this whole outing project that you have planned. So that's the difference between deliverables and value. Deliverable, whatever that you have planned for, right? Food, team bonding activities, games, that's deliverable of this team outing project. But what is the value? Team bonding, ensuring that team members have fun, right? Ensuring that they have so much fun that they look forward to projects like these, team outings like these in the future, right? So that's the value. So I hope you understand why value is important and what value means. Now, let's just break this down further so that you understand more of it, right? We just talked about the difference between deliverables and outcome or the value. So you might arrange the best venue and you might, plan the most amazing team building activities. These are the deliverables. But let's say if the team members, they find this whole thing boring, they don't enjoy the food, the team outing, the value that it was supposed to achieve, that is not something that you will achieve, right? So deliverables is fine. The outcome, that is happy and engaged team members, improve team bonding, that the outcome, that is more important. Now, secondly, you might have to adjust as well to ensure that you get maximum value out of your team, the team outing project. So how do you adjust for maximum value? So let's say you had planned for three different team bonding activities, and on the second team bonding activity you find that people are not necessarily interested in, so you might have to abort it and you might have to come up with a new team bonding activity, right? Of course, you can plan for this in advance. You might think through, we will do three team bonding activities, and this is my fourth backup team bonding activity, just in case any one of the three is not good enough for the team members. If the team members are bored with any one of the three, I will pull this fourth team bonding activity up and we might take that. right? So that is the kind of adjustment that you should plan for, and that is the kind of adjustment that you might have to do to ensure that value is being achieved, right? This project of team outing, it delivers value. And then the final thing is different stakeholders of your project, they may derive different value from your project. So as an example, the project team members, for them, the value of this team outing project could be as simple as, having fun, having good food, enjoying a day out with the colleagues, with the project team members. That could be value for them. But for higher management, the value of this team outing activity could be, higher team bonding, satisfied employees, right? So different stakeholders may derive different values out of your same project. So that's something to be aware of when it comes to value. Now let's get down into more details of this principle. So value is the ultimate measure of project success. It reflects how well project delivers on its goals. It is not just about completing tasks, but it's about creating a meaningful impact. Now, value can be realized during the project itself, or it can be realized at the end of the project, or even long after the project is complete, right? Something happened during that team outing because of which the team enjoyed so much they cracked jokes around it for the next 6 months, right? So this flexibility, it makes it critical for teams to stay focused on delivering value in each phase of the project as well. So value can take many forms. It may be defined using numbers and financial metrics, like let's say ROI, or it can be you can use more abstract terms like improved customer satisfaction or social impact or improved team bonding, right? Those are also terms that may be quantitative or qualitative, which can define what value really is. So we should, instead of solely focusing on deliverables, as we saw in the previous example as well, project teams should prioritize outcomes and those final benefits that make the whole deliverable worthwhile, that make the whole deliverable valuable, right? And this outcome centric approach, it is going to obviously maximize value creation through your project. So I hope that's clear. By the way, if you're looking to pass your PMP exam, 50 days is all it takes. Grab our free 7-week PMP study plan from the link below and get started. Now, value is also an indicator of success. Value is both the driver and the ultimate indicator of project success. It's what justifies, all the resources, all the decisions, all the efforts that go into the project. It is the value that justifies all of them. The nature of value can be diverse, right? It can be diverse. It can be financial. It can be, financial, like increase in profits, or it can be intangible, like let's say customer satisfaction or addressing a societal need. So each of these reflects different dimension of success. So that's something that you should be aware of. Now, in larger program environments, right? So a program is a set of projects. So in larger program environments, you will see that value often extends beyond individual projects. The combined contribution of various projects, they roll up to create an overarching outcome, making it essential to understand that each project's role in what is each project's role in achieving the program goals. And this is one of the most important reasons that project managers should be able to look beyond their individual projects as well. They should be able to look at the bigger picture, and they should be able to understand how value is being delivered even at a program level or even at a portfolio level as well. So let's talk more about the role of business case in value creation. So there are three elements of a business case. And by the way, why are we talking about business case all of a sudden? Because I mentioned how project managers should be able to have the larger picture, right? And business case is something that is going to give you the larger picture. And there are three elements of business case. First is the business need. It serves as a foundation for the project. It provides the rationale behind the project. It also outlines what the project is addressing and why it's important to the organization or to the society as a whole, right? So that's business need for you. Second is project justification. So this ensures that the investment is worthwhile, right? The investment in the project is worthwhile. You need to evaluate costs and benefits, and you have to consider timing. You have to also, the teams can then determine whether the project truly adds value or not. And finally, the business strategy. Now, this is going to connect the project to the organization's long term goals. Every project, it should align with broader strategies to ensure it contributes to the overall vision of the organization. So you've got business need, you've got project justification, and you've got business strategy. Things like these is something that the project manager should be aware of. Now, the business case is not just about stating intentions, it is actually a detailed document. It integrates desired outcomes, any anticipated risks, return on investment, and strategic prioritize to guide the project team. All right, let's talk about how it is important to iteratively assess value. Now, value is not going to be static, right? It evolves over time. And the continuous evaluation of value, continuous assessment, it allows teams to assess progress, and it also allows them to realign with the intended outcomes. This ensures that the project stays relevant. Now, as projects evolve, it is possible that there are circumstances that change, right? So teams must adapt by updating the business case to reflect new opportunities or challenges. And this ensures that the project remains viable throughout. Now, when a project is no longer necessary, it no longer aligns with its intended value objectives, then obviously tough decisions need to be made. And by tough decisions, I mean, even if it requires terminating the project. And that could be the best way to conserve resources and to refocus on efforts. So that is why when you're working on a project, and this holds true mostly for long term projects. So when you're working on long term projects, a year long, 8 months, 10 months long projects, you should do an iterative assessment of value to ensure that project is in alignment with the value that it intends to provide. Now, one thing to understand here is that value is subjective, right? It is inherently subjective. What one stakeholder values, let's say short term profits, it may not align with another's priority, which could be, let's say, long term sustainability, right? So you have to recognize these differences. It is crucial to project success. And that is why I mentioned in the beginning when we took the example of team outing. For team members, the value could be just to have fun. But for higher management, the value could be satisfied employees, better team bonding, right? So different stakeholders are going to have different value, and that is why value is subjective. Now, let's also talk about the customer perspective, right? It often holds the highest priority. You have to understand what customer needs are, and you have to deliver outcomes that resonate with customers, because that ensures long term value creation. Now, projects often face competing demands from various stakeholders, and you have to balance these expectations while staying aligned with the overall goals. And that is actually a very critical challenge, a key challenge for project teams. Let's talk about value engineering. And by the way, I've done a separate video on value engineering. I'll share a link to that video in the description below. But for the benefit of this video, let's talk a bit about value engineering here as well. Now, this focuses on maximizing benefits while using minimal resources. And you have to eliminate waste, you have to optimize processes, and this is how teams can deliver value more efficiently. And delivering high quality outcomes, this is critical, right? So it must be balanced with acceptable levels of risk as well. This balance ensures that both customers and stakeholders are satisfied. And finally, adaptive projects benefit greatly from real time adjustments. Teams can prioritize valuable features, and they can eliminate less impactful ones, ensuring that the project delivers meaningful outcomes. All right, let's talk about deliverables to outcomes, how value flows, right? So, deliverables, they are essential, as we saw in the example as well, which we talked about team outing. Food was a deliverable, team bonding activity was a deliverable, but the value was something different. Value was having fun with your colleagues, value was improved team bonding. So teams need to ensure that deliverables, they translate into outcomes that align with the vision of the project. And shifting the focus from outputs to outcomes, it enables teams to deliver the real value. So the purpose of the deliverable is to drive change, or is to drive some improvement. It does not exist as a standalone output. So the food, good food, is something that is not just a standalone output, right? It should derive, or it should lead towards a successful team outing. So here's another example. Delivering software, it doesn't automatically result in higher productivity. So you have delivered a software to some customer, it does not really mean that automatically customer is going to get higher productivity, right? You have to add elements like training to bridge the gap, to ensure that they use the software the way it is intended to. And this turns the deliverable was software, into a tool for achieving the outcome, which is better productivity. So I hope that is something that's clear. Now, we should evaluate value over time. It is slightly different from how we talked about iteratively assessing value. Now, value, it does not exist in isolation, right? So it often combines with, let's say, operational contributions as well. So this complexity makes it important to assess value holistically across the organization. So in program context, program level evaluation helps direct project contribution. What this means is, in a program environment, the evaluation of value is going to take place at the program level, and this ensures that even the individual projects, they are contributing effectively to the larger program goals. And this top down approach, it helps optimize project efforts, the individual project efforts. Finally, efficient processes, they are going to enable early benefit realization. They are going to help you with showcasing your progress, and building confidence among stakeholders even before the project is fully complete. So, aim for some early benefit realization as well. If your process is effective and efficient, that is something that you should be able to achieve. So that's all that we had in this video. If you like our work, consider contributing by heading over to pmclounge.com/contribute. Keep learning, check out our other videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.